In Belgorod, Ukrainian forces strike the place of deployment of mercenaries from Iran. Russia is on the receiving end of karma for having invaded Ukraine. Every day, Russia is losing, bit by bit. Russia's doom nears its arrival.
Охуеть! Вон прилет! Вон прилет! Глянь, по аллее! Нихуя себе! Вот это да!
What a wonderful post that the Russian volunteer Anastasia Kashevarova shared, in the best Strelkov-Gherkin style. Turns out that it's not so sensible to laugh at the homeless ho-holes who are begging for everything. The ho-holes somehow managed to take out equipment, manpower, and refineries. And even at regular gas stations, the Russian military has to refuel at their own expense. And there are few drones, and electronic warfare does not work. And stories about the capture of another forester's hut no longer please anyone. There's still more to come, Anastasia. Ukraine is preparing a counteroffensive for the fall of 2024, or for 2025. Currently, they're throwing drunkards, workers, young people from disadvantaged families as meat, and in western Ukraine, according to my information, mercenaries are being trained, Armenians, the French Legion, and others. While preparations are underway and they are waiting for new missiles to arrive, the armed forces of Ukraine are systematically and selectively knocking out fuel and protection from us. The day before yesterday, an air defense system was destroyed in the DPR. Ukraine is targeting oil refineries, fuel depots, and gas stations with drones and missiles. Unfortunately, this seems to go unnoticed. In the LPR, after a series of attacks, a problem arose with fuel and lubricants. The fighters purchase fuel at civilian gas stations at their own expense. In the frontline areas, there are explosions every week at gas stations, refineries, and so on. I would not be counting victories by the speed of capturing populated areas, as the General Staff does. Kleshchevka, Andreevka, Balabevka, Fukharandovka. Look at the map. How many houses were there versus how many people died? Yes, the enemy is retreating, but we must not forget the fall of 2022. We are hushing up the problems again, but they exist. And the bravado about the capture of Kharkov, when enemy forces are already accumulating there, can only be demonstrated by the crazy ones and those who do not know how to count. Our artillery is suffering, both the equipment itself and the untrained guys. So what? Our artillerymen are sent to assault. The equipment is playing up. I won't say anything about Korean shells and the fact that the certain shells are supplied. But the launch system for them is completely different. So how do we fire? Launch them by hand? Drones. There is a catastrophic shortage of them. Enemy electronic warfare jams many of the drones that are available. Drone manufacturers are already fighting with each other. Sometimes it seems that they are working not so much for the front, but for personal interests and fame. Electronic warfare, Sania, Bulat, in many places they no longer work. It's not a guarantee that expensive electronic warfare will work. We need to adjust it. There are few specialists. Or our electronic warfare jams everything, both our own and someone else's. Either these are Chinese electronic warfare or anti-drone guns, which pseudo-inventors pass off as their product. Real electronic warfare of high quality is not yet in mass production. Only enthusiasts make it on their knees. And at this time, ho-holes are receiving a large number of drones. They are slowly receiving missile launchers. And on our TV, they say, "Haha, hobos, you have nothing. You are begging for everything." I want to ask our people, what do we have? You don't see that they are methodically knocking out our equipment. Ships, refineries, and fuel and lubricants warehouses in the front line and frontline zones. It becomes more difficult to practice at training grounds. For example, HIMARS were brought to the LPR. It's very difficult at the training grounds there now. The training process has gotten worse. Ammo warehouses, waiters are giving out points. To win, we must become better. Resources, ideology, social services, all this should be directed towards victory. Propaganda works to its detriment when it focuses on the problems of the enemy, which we also have. You cannot relax and believe in peace. Attack drones of the 148th Artillery Brigade burn out Orcs' artillery installations and Scooby-Doo vans. The drone operator of the Black Raven unit of the 93rd Separate Mechanized Brigade, Kolodny Yar, effectively destroys a Russian tank in the Bakhmut direction with a mega drop of 2 anti-tank mines. Yes, this is Vladimir Putin and George W. Bush dancing in the same room. The Kremlin released this footage of the event that occurred in Sochi in 2008, but was made public recently to commemorate Putin's 20th year in power. Source: History Photographed.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.